Hello traders, today is 25th of August and welcome to this quick market update. I do have a couple of things to speak of today and I'll just start off by the Bitcoin US dollar price action. Doing its usual grind, going sideways, and there's a squeeze going on between the 9 moving average and the 100 moving average. The candles are unable to close above either of the moving averages. Now why I would lean on the bulls end here is because price is just constantly rejecting anything under 100 moving average. It's been over a week. It's been well over a week, and the bears are just unable to push the price below the 100 moving average, and this signifies the importance of this current demand zone that we have. I'll just demarcate this demand zone. Yeah, so we do have this strong demand zone, and the bears are unable to just close any candle below that area. And obviously we do have the 100 moving average as a good support over here, going on to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, the price action is range bound, and yesterday I was thinking that Bitcoin will stay range bound between this area as a support and this area as a resistance. But right after I made the video, this happened. We had huge bearish engulf volume candle closing below the demand zone, and it's come to retest again and is currently failing. But I do not put a lot of significance into this because on the higher time frames we have massive support beneath us, and it is still the weekend. I mean, it's still the weekend, right? Anyway, now another thing that I really want to be talking about today is the crypto market capital dominance. Starting off with others.day, which is everything excluding Bitcoin. Now, ever since 9th of August, we have this little progression going on in the others.dominance market capital, and it is probably making its way to test the 55 moving average on this daily time frame. Until then, you can really expect a lot of bullish action coming on from the alts, which is already there. We do see a lot of pumping going on. It's just like old Binance days when, any kind of shitcoin would pump up by 100-200%. I spoke about Van Chain pumping 185% last night, and today we do have a lot of other shitcoins pumping too. We have Civic, we have MTH, Wabi, and not much here. POE, Fun, Key also pumping. Oh man, I remember I used to trade this shitcoin Key BTC when it was somewhere near 130 satoshis. It's currently situated at 18 sats. Now this is a blunder. I'm sorry, I don't have the chart in front of me, but I'm just talking about that particular shitcoin. Anyway, moving on to the others.d. So I think it is headed up for a clear retest of the 55 moving average. And now one more thing I want to be talking about is, when is the alt season, right? When is the alt season? Where the fuck is the alt season? You do have special indicators that will be good narratives of any alt season, like coming back to January of 2016. This is where altcoin market capitalization actually started taking support from the 200 daily moving average, and that was the beginning of your little alt accumulation. Came back, retested, and see, you generally want to be seeing a lot of candle closes above the 200 moving average on the daily time frame. This is going to be a good narrative of your entire alt market capitalization to float up and onwards. So beginning from March of 2017, we had some excellent price action on the altcoins all the way until June 2017. As you can see how the entire structure is being narrated by the 200 moving average on the daily time frame. That is supposed to determine your alt season. Before that, calling alt season is just stupidity. It's just plain simple stupidity. Yeah, well, often you do see those comments coming from the moon boys and all the people who can't get over the 2017 returns, which were on an average more than 1000%, which is insane, which is really insane. It was all Wild West. Anyway, so first and foremost, we want to be seeing a candle closure above the 55 moving average on the daily time frame, and then we do have a lot of work to be done to attain that state of altcoin season, or whatever you want to call it, the major liquidity flow basically. And the daily 200 stands somewhere near 7, and the current dominance is at 5.16%. Surprising. The BTC dominance is at 70%. I don't know how TradingView is calculating this. Anyway, I'll just move on to the BTC dominance now. Ended up straight and higher and higher. Okay, one thing that I want to be pointing out is this bearish structure which everybody has been putting their eyes on to. I don't think this is I don't think this is a good interpretation. I don't know how. You don't generally chart the dominance, in fact, and well, apparently that would mean that you would not want to be looking at the moving averages also, but moving averages seem to play out better, and I anyway put a lot of weight into the moving averages rather than patterns, because patterns can fuck you up. Now, if, like, I'll give you an example. If you have a bot who trades patterns, now there are going to be other bots in the market who will be specially designed to fuck your bot up. Well, that's how it goes. Anyway, so I would not put a lot of weight into this bearish structure. So just looking at the moving averages, rejection of the 9 and the 21 as well, and a little crossover. And I think we can compare the situation from this one. Like, we stood below the 21 moving average, and the dominance got, what do I say, accumulated. The dominance got accumulated here, and it was ready to go up again. Or we have just plain simple consolidation sideways going on, sideways consolidation happening. And I mean, I do expect the dominance to, I don't expect anything, to be honest, but let's see how the markets they play out. And well, if we go by the candlestick patterns, this action is somewhat similar to this one, but pretty much squeezed up and in smaller areas, of course. So the dominance stays bullish, and I do expect it to stay like that for some time at least. Well, enough of the dominance charting here, which you're apparently not supposed to do, and moving on to EOS. EOS, really oversold, and coming on to the daily time frame, divergence is literally all across. The first divergence is this, and the second divergence is this. So the price is constantly diverging. I mean, the strength is diverging, and the sellers do require a lot of energy to push the price action downwards, which I don't think they'll be able to do that in the short term, at least, until we see the daily candles closing above 9 and the 21. So we had this daily candle close above the 21 on EOS BTC pairing yesterday, which is nice. I do expect a little continuation, at least some kind of follow through, and I can expect some kind of potential test towards the 55 moving average, and a closure above it will cause the price action to flow towards the 100 moving average, the 100 simple moving average, and the ultimate resistance of all stands at 200 moving average, which is like too far-fetched for the time being. So what are we looking at in the mid-term to the short-term? We are looking at a rejection zone, which lies between this area, right? This entire area. We have rejection here, and then rejection here. We can probably make our way up to this spot again. since we have a lot of divergence going on in this region. So I do expect a little retest, and I do expect EOS to kind of hold on to these levels, because what is this, 36,000 sats for EOS has been a really low price historically speaking, and it's just so shameful to see this chart like this. I mean any shitcoin has a chart like this. Now, other one I was talking about today was key BTC. I'm just keen to have a look at this chart right now. Oh my god, what a blunder, man. Okay, so I think I traded this shitcoin once back here when I played that divergence, and ever since those prices, look at what has happened. I mean, this is plummeted. This is really plummeted. I don't think this has any liquidity going on. The volume is just gone. The volume is gone. Nobody's trading this. I don't even know why am I charting this thing. But for the time being, just like every other altcoin, we have the price action closing above the 21 and the 9 as well, trying to retest the 55. I mean, if you're trying to trade any altcoin, you should really have good and precise targets. I mean, if you're not trading them with good targets and take profit points, then probably you are playing it wrong. Then you're doing it wrong. Then the train would just leave the station and it would leave you with zero profit. So that's why you got to be really precise in terms of having your take profits limits, and just make sure that you do take profits on your way higher, depending on the moving averages in general. 100 and the 200 and 200 are always going to be significant. These both moving averages are always going to be significant, and your take profit points are going to be somewhere around those regions. So yesterday I also spoke about WAN chain. Let's see what it is doing today. Weak got rejected. Just like I was talking about the price action rejections from 100 and 200, this particular asset made its way all the way to 200 and sharply rejected, closing just a tiny bit of candle body in green areas above the 100. So I do believe the price to be squeezing around the 200 and 100 moving average in terms of traders' anticipation. That's all I am hoping for. I mean, like, people are going to be, someone who was bought over here could be holding this thing until it just drops below the 100 moving average, and he or she or whatever shall get out of the market. So pivot for WAN chain is going to be the 100 moving average on the downside and the 200 moving average on the upside. I'll be looking at Litecoin 2 today. LTC, BTC, shit wreckage going on now. Wow, crazy wreckage. Do we have divergence? Yes, we have. No, surprisingly enough, we don't have much of divergence going on these regions. Well, if you can take these areas, so you can pretty much determine the price action to be diverging on the smaller time frames, but this is not strong divergence. This is not really strong, and hardening is coming. I don't remember the hardening time, but yeah, hardening is supposed to come, and guess what? Wreckage, dumping. It's gone down 60% down in 2 months. Really nice. So nothing major in Litecoin. No need to FOMO on these assets, because the price is unable to close above the 21, and the 55 is still far. 55 is far-fetched. 100 is even further. 200 is just like out of range, man. This is out of range. So Litecoin has to do a lot of work to get to those levels. So these are the reasons why I can't really get bullish on altcoins for the time being. And you can play the bounce. You can play the altcoin bounce all the way up until the 55 moving average. But there is not much liquidity flow going on. That is something which I can see as a trader. Again, your major indication of the altcoin market flipping around would be candle constantly closing above the 55 and the 100 moving average on the dominance, right? That's when you can count for little bullish price action than what is happening currently. Well, don't get me wrong, it is bullish. The altcoin, the Binance looks green. Binance looks green as fuck. It's happening after a very long time. So I do miss that feeling back when shit coins like MDA used to pump 500% in like 2 days or 3 days. 500% in 3 days. Can you imagine that kind of price action? That would be your alt season. That is how bonkers alt season can get. 2 days, 500%. Ask your fucking hedge fund manager or mutual fund manager to give that returns to you. Anyway, that's been it for today's video, and I hope you gained some kind of information out of this. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.